Hello, I'm Eagle Gardens one on Instagram, and this is fucking talking shit with Eagle. This should be a fun episode 850. Mr. Daniel Staggs in the house. How you doing, my friend? You want to tell us how you're doing and where we can find you these days?
OCO doing pretty good. OCO, that's Cherokee for hello. Um, Doing good. I've been busy with summer music and festivals and getting ready to record here in like a month and still in Kalamazoo at the moment. I think this is exactly where I was last time I was on the show. So same bedroom.
Right on, man. Festivals and music, two of my favorite things that I haven't been able to do this summer. Super jealous. What have I been missing, my friend?
That's where we met was Guido's Cannabis Festival. Or not Guido's, it was who was it? Genetics, Jim and Genetics
Yup.
Festival. Yep. That was a different cannabis festival. Uh, I don't know. It's been a pretty good season this year. So far, I've played Good Old Days Festival. Um, let's see. Um, did Pyro Music Festival, and then upcoming. Oh, we did Dunesville. That's a big old festival that up in northern Michigan, Interlochen. That went really well. And then we got like Festival coming up. Tie Dye Festival, Pond Jam still left. Um, I don't know. This year it seems like festivals have been pretty chill this year. Like as for like, I mean, I've been going for like 5 years now to a lot of them, and I've seen a lot of wild times. But this year, like, it just seems like family friendly and good vibes. I'm pretty stoked about it actually.
Yeah, I'm just jealous again about not being at the listening to live music. I did make Sirens this year again, and that was the only one I've been able to go to this year. Do have my eyes set on, I believe it's the Festival for All that's coming up. I believe you'll
Festival,
be
yeah.
there.
Yeah, my buddy Tom Wall, you just I believe had him on too. He runs that one. Yeah, Tom's a good guy, dude.
Yeah, that looks like something that appeals to me as well. A few days of camping and music, which again, both are super fun. So I may be looking forward to that.
Yep, I'll be playing I'm doing a solo set there on Sunday in Creek. So he's got a really beautiful creek that runs back in his property. And he's gonna have like three or four of us all go back there and do a creek set. So it sounded like something I'd like.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I actually mentioned you during that there interview, uh, and I still listen to the Hammer quite a bit. It's
Oh
like
yeah.
literally in a repeatable playlist there, and
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
I dig it, man. I dig it.
Yeah. Yeah, that song's that come a long way actually. I just jammed that today. Jammed that at a different creek today, actually. I'll get into that story. Today I played at the Ionia Moose Lodge for veterans benefit. I was in the Army Reserves a little while, and one of my friends was running the festival, and he asked me to go play. So Mark Lavengood, his band headlined the event. That was really awesome. And then my friend Cowboy Lacrosse played there, and our band opened up. But on the way there, because we're playing in Ionia, and I've been there, and everybody knows Billy's from there, Billy Strings. And so I was like, hey, we need to go to meet me at the creek, Barkus Park, where Billy and his dad jams. Like, I got an invite there when Billy came to Grand Rapids to go up, and I got to hang out and pick there with some of like his family and fans and stuff. And that was really cool. So we kind of went on this expedition. We were like, yeah, we're going to go to the creek and play a set and record it where Billy hangs out. And So then we go to leave, and who's there at our show? But Billy's dad, Terry Barber, was there. And I was like, "Oh, that's funny," because we were just leaving to go to where you normally hang out, and he was like, "Well, go do it," you know. And so we went there and played. And when we got there, we ended up playing for, I think it's Billy's uncle, Uncle Bill. He sat there and listened to us for like half an hour with his wife at Barkus Park, just me, a bass player, and a viola player. So that was a good time down there. And I love creeks, man. I played in one a lot. So
It's a nice vibe always down by the creek. Cool,
yeah,
peaceful, a little bit of
yeah,
the
like this water trickling, and yeah, it's chill. But yeah, that was pretty fun. Uh, Running into him. I met, like, got to meet Terry like a month ago because I did a portraiture when I got sober from a lot of hard drugs. It was about that same time, and so I heard the Billy and me and my dad album, and so I did a picture of like a drawing, a portraiture of him and his dad, and I had it in my car for like 3 years to give to him because I scared the crap out of Billy one time, and it was kind of like, oops, I'm sorry. And so somebody was like, hey, his mom, owns this shop, and he was in Grand Rapids. You should go give it to him. And she says she's here. Come and give it to her. And then I got to meet his dad. He was at the shop, so I got to hand his dad the portrait, which was really cool because it had him in it, and that was neat. So
that is super cool.
yeah,
Have you
yeah.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Oh, I say as like a musician, I just have this weird thing. I do a lot of art, drawing visually. So I've done a lot of portraitures and stuff. I don't know. I like as a musician to give the gift of like an art to another musician that's not, music. I don't know. I feel like we hear a lot of music, so I've had people give me a drawing one time, and I was like, man, that's the coolest thing ever.
Right on.
So yeah.
You are a heck of an artist. I do remember that you showed some stuff you had drawn the last time, and it stuck with me. I actually seen a post the other day, you kind of talking about tattoo work as well, which, man,
Yeah.
I may be getting a hold of you sometime soon about the ink part of
I would
things.
love that. Yeah. I've been tattooed for like 20 years. So my thing is like I don't do it a lot like as a profession anymore. But I've got to fund an album. We're trying to put out a record here in a month, and I'm raising funds for that. So I'm like, okay, I'm coming out of retirement and doing tattoos again, and it's been really good. I raised like almost $1,000 last month. So this is my job. I play music and I draw and paint and tattoo. So um, sometimes one has to fund the other. It's a lot of things fund my music. That's for sure.
Long as you're doing what you love, that's all that matters, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's doing one thing that I love to pay for another thing that I love. So how could I ever be whatever mad about it? Anyway?
Right on, right on. I agree. I agree. So I'm excited to hear about the recording of the album. Is this your first time recording everything, actually putting anything down in the studio?
Yeah, I'm 40 and have been playing music for like 20 years. Um, Many of those years it was punk rock and stuff that was wild. I mean, uh, but when I started playing more country music and stuff, like people are like, "Have you recorded anything?" or "Why haven't you?" And it's just been a matter of funds. Like to do so professionally is, I've chose to be like a stay-at-home parent and an artist for like 5 years now. So at that point, paying for an album wasn't really, it's not the first thing on my burner. But yeah, I'm 40 and I've decided like I got a really great group of musicians behind me. Um, and some friends who are actually going to be on the album too that aren't even in my band. And So they're all backing it, and yeah, I just want to give it a go. And I think I got a lot of good songs that I'd be really happy to hear them. Uh, so I think that's really good.
What kind of music would we expect on the album? Strictly country, or you do play a wide variety of stuff?
Yeah, it's definitely bluegrass. I call it mash grass. It's a term I heard from somewhere else. I did not make that up, but I mean that's what bluegrass is anyway. Is the blues, country music. Every instrument in bluegrass comes from somewhere different. So my it's mostly like bluegrass and country. I would say they're all original songs, except for one song will be a cover. Um, so and Hammer's gonna be on there for sure. That's one of my favorites. Recently wrote like a waltz, stuff like that. But definitely fast paced to slow stuff all over the board for like tempos and rhythms. So because I like to mix it up, it's not just all the same thing.
Right on, right on. Nice. Excited, my friend. So what were you smoking there?
I got an infused, I think it's a Cali Blaze infused, or a King Kong Cali something. It's good enough to put it out. Get back to it here in a while.
Right on.
Yeah, I have a thing. I like infused joints. I don't know. Mainly for that reason, I can put one out and whatever.
Right on.
Some of them, you're like puff puff. Okay, I'm done for half the day.
Oh no, I agree. I had a friend of mine who's in chat, Mr. Brett Anderson, cheers, passed me a little bit of pressed hash the other day. And I threw a bunch of that in a fucking joint. I smoked that joint like four fucking times. Literally four times. I'm like, man, that's a stretcher right there, man.
Yeah, and I got my. This is one of those church live resin dab. Like, just I don't like the disposables, but I bought one because I don't hit them that often. They last a long time. So I like the live resin ones though. They're not as harsh on my throat and all that. Because I sing so much, I notice anything that messes up my throat. So,
I could have
doesn't stop me from drinking coffee.
right now. Does the heat stop you from drinking coffee?
No, I get it iced. Yeah, I had an ice smoker this morning.
Appreciate that as well. So, what's been one of your favorite venues to play? You've been pretty active. I watch your Facebook account, and you're constantly posting up where you're playing there. You've been real active since last time we talked. What's your favorite venue to play?
Well, I like playing all venues and just even weird places. But I would actually say my favorite venue to play. I mean, I love a festival stage. Um, Doonesville is probably one of my top ones that I really do enjoy. It seems like, I mean, the first year we played, it was like such a like, and this year too, both times I've just had like goosebumps just running through me while I'm playing. Like it's one of the only sets that's done that to me. So I really do like Doomsville. There's a really good energy there and lots of good stuff going on. Um, but my favorite thing to do is when I'm driving, I actually see these weird, like little Michigan churches or schoolhouses or abandoned things, and they'll be out in the country in the middle of nowhere. And I grew up around a lot of that in southern Indiana, so I'm like, at this point in my life, every time I see one, some songs in my head instantly, and I want to like want to go sing that song by that building. So like, and sometimes I drive by him like 10 times, you know, one, and I just did one going out to Willow Ranch by like a schoolhouse or something. And, but I like to stop and play at those and just take a little video and, you know, because it's just such a weird, cool setting and has a good feeling. I was doing one, like I said, at that Willow Ranch schoolhouse in Grand Junction. And while I was playing, one of my friends who actually lives in the area and has played in my band just happened to be driving by. And like I go to walk to his car and he's already got his ukulele in his hand running out of the car. His name's Sparky. And he's all like, "Let's go, Bubba." And I'm all like, "All right." So we just filmed, both of us, you know, we're filming there. And I think that's really cool. It kind of makes use of a building, you know, still. So it gives it like a little more breath, I think. Like now the place has got a little something else to have in it, you know, or a kind of a fly on the wall situation.
Willow Ranch. That I was just well, remember I texted you not last summer. I told you I was down that area. I was in Grand Junction, literally maybe a mile up the road from Willow Ranch. It's
Yeah.
a gem that I think even the fucking locals around there don't really even know what's there, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Until the music is the first night I fucking moved it in down there, Willow Ranch was fucking rocking out, and they were having a pretty good time. But that's yeah, that's a decent area down there, Grand Junction, Willow Ranch.
Yeah, yeah, they go all night usually because the neighbors don't complain too much. And like the Pyro Music Festival, that was wild. Um, I had a good time there. I exploded a flame out of a guitar.
Oh,
It was, yeah, and I smashed it. It was ridiculous. And then the Good Old Days Festival, like somebody just handed me fireworks, so I was like lighting fireworks off, you know, and everybody's like, "Woo." So I mean, there, yeah, well, Bim's really cool out there. He has got a good little property, and the little boats he's got out there now, where you can like rent a boat and stay the night if you want, you know. So actually, one of my friends, he lives out there, and he bought art from me too, like one of my big old paintings. So, and it's in the gallery out there. So I kind of got a cool tie to that too. I like it. It's only like 40 minutes. So I go out there and jam sometimes with that guy. He plays jaw harp.
right on. Right on.
Yeah.
So I guess what has been some of the what was some of the inspiration for the music for the new album or the recordings?
Well, the new recording, it's called Singularly Unlucky, which that is a song I wrote. It's one of the first like bluegrass songs I wrote. And I really didn't even know what bluegrass was at that time either. I kind of just completely took the feeling from my great grandpa. So really like a lot of family is inspiration for my album. Singularly Unlucky is a song about my family. A lot of them is buried in a quarry in Needmore, Indiana. It's beside a quarry where they dug out the Empire State Building in Bedford, Indiana. And so there's a big quarry hole and there's a graveyard next to it. And graves have fallen into the quarry hole. It's like 100 feet down. And I was like, "Oh, where's my family at?" when I got to visit it. And sure enough, they're like the last ones on the line of the hole. So when I went back home, I wrote a whole song about it. And a newspaper called my family. They all worked in the quarry, four brothers back in the day, like the origins of my family. And it said that they all died in the quarry, smashed by machines or rocks, and they were all singularly unlucky brothers. And so that's where I took the title from for my album. And I've had that for like maybe 5 or 6 years now, that song, you know. And then I've written every other song since. And they're love songs and stuff like that. A lot of love songs and family songs, pretty much. Yeah.
Right on.
And saw a lot of songs about playing guitar too. Actually, hammer, that's what hammer's about. It's like you can't take this my hammer away from me, but it's just about how you smash your fingers down on the guitar in bluegrass, hammer on and hammer off, you know, and I just be doing that till 3 or 4 in the morning. So I just wrote a song about that.
Which one of them I would you say you're the most excited about for people to be able to hear, be able to share with?
Which song on the album?
Yeah.
Ooh, man, there's some really good ones. Well, everybody's pretty much heard Hammer stuff. There's like the Spanish Gypsy song I really like, and another song called Wolves that I like. We haven't played Wolves very much, but I just started introducing that in, and it's gonna be pretty sweet.
So where
I,
can some of the people find you? What's some of the stuff that you have coming up in the near future other than Festival for All?
let's see, schedule wise, I'm playing. Well, this next weekend we're playing at the VFW in Otsego. That is another veteran benefit, and it's also got a card show. There are the pretty good bluegrass bands with that. Let's see, and then festival, and then tie dye festival and pond jam are like really close together. And Wheatland Music Festival, I run the open mic for Middle Ground. It's in the children's area of Wheatland, and that went from me setting like I went to sign up for an open mic at Wheatland and nobody was there to run it or sign up. So me and some friends just sat down and I started playing songs. And then a lady walked up and said, "Hey, you want to just do this all night?" And I was like, "Hey, sure, I'll do it for a while." And then an hour later, she's like, "Hey, do you want to work this next year and be the open mic sign up guy?" And I was like, "Sure." So I did that one year and it was like really cool and a lot of children and like really, feel like I got a touch with it. And then last year, a bunch of my friends showed up with all their different bands and pretty much rocked out Middle Ground. And I was like, whoa, that was really cool. Like the Smoking Dover Lele's and Tom from Cosmic Knot jammed with his tree. And I got to play the tree while he was doing it. It's kind of fun. So I'm excited. I'm always excited about that. Yeah.
Super
And
cool.
then in August, and then on September we're recording, so kind of slowing down, focusing on that.
Man, I can't believe how fast this year has went by, my friend.
Yep. Take a lot of naps too, so it goes quick.
Nothing wrong with that. I'm guilty of that myself, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's the driving. Like I just drove to Dave this morning, got up with Ionia, and ran around Ionia like a crazy man and came back. And then I was like, okay, I got an hour out and then now back up. But I do pick till like, late or I paint late at night. So it's just like a power nap.
I do
To
the same.
see siesta, and it's almost a religion in some cultures.
Right on. Wash off the first part of the day. I do it myself. Almost dead.
Mhm. Yeah, a couple more things I'm excited about the album. Couple of special guests that are going to be on there are Abe Kurtzer of the Smoking Dobro Lele's. He'll be playing dobro on the album. And Luke Lenhart, who is he's in a few different projects. Uh, he is also, I believe, in the Michigan Country Hall of Fame. He will be playing on the album some lead guitar and stuff like that. So we tied in some other musicians, and I think Hannah Rose Graves is going to sing on it too with me a song. We might do what one. And then the biggest part of my project I'm really excited about is if it all goes well, and I also applied for a grant to do this, but know some folks from the assisted like living facility that enjoy my music and have been playing with me for or singing with me for a few years. And so we decided somewhere along the line, a joke went into we could really do this. And You Are My Sunshine is a song they love. I request every time I see them. So and then when we sing it, they do some funny stuff, those folks in their older age that just, because they love the song and they make a joke of it or whatnot. And so I was like, oh, this would sound great on an album. And so we decided that they're actually going to come into the studio, a few of them. And they have a group called the Park Place Singers. And they're going to come and sing You Are My Sunshine on my album. And then I hope to, like, if all the funding goes well, to give them each a copy for them to have that they can listen to the music that they often like when I'm not there, because I don't have any recordings they can listen to. And then their family and themselves can hear their own voices too on a song. So, but that would be it. That's our community project about it. That I thought would be really a neat idea if I can pull it off. So um, I'll share some like funding information if anybody wants to help out with that kind of thing. Or you can find out my Facebook. I pretty much share it every day. So
Right now. That's
yep.
super awesome. I can't tell you how awesome I think that is, to be honest with you. Involving the assisted living people there. Uh, yeah, that's super cool. Super cool.
Yeah, my great grandpa did it. I inherited instruments from him, and when I got them, the first thing I felt called to do was do that kind of same thing. He did it like 2 or 3 times a week. I think he would go play for folks because they were also his age and his friend. He was like 98 when he passed away. So, but yeah, that's where I picked it up. I just started doing that, and I never got to really hear. I heard him play a little bit, but I don't remember how it sounded or anything, or can't even really visualize him too well playing anymore. But yeah, I thought that'd be a cool thing, just because that still should happen. Then I found out that some of my friends actually perform in at the same place, like Luke Lenhart, the guy who's going to be on the album. He's got a group with Dusty Chaps and some folks like they go there to play, and we all have done like little show festivals there for the folks. So it's just really kind of really cool, how that worked out.
No, that is super cool. I mean, I would think it would be cool to just, stop in and play, and just kind of make their day at that. But to involve them like that, beyond cool, my friend. Beyond cool. I really have a lot of appreciation for that.
Yeah, yeah, because I do like the power of memory is so big, man. Like, and music's that one thing that can kind of bring people back to like, oh, I can have like memories again, that flash in. And those folks actually have learned one of my songs. Like within a year, they were all singing a song. And one day I was just like, wait, all you are singing my song? Like, when did you learn this? Like that's cool. That totally shows that, you guys can still learn stuff that you really enjoy. So, I think that's really neat. Mhm.
So you got the guitar in your hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you like to play? Would you like to play us a song?
Yeah, I'll play some. Yeah. I'm itching to play. You know how I am.
I
Like,
appreciate
well, good. Yeah. Here, I'll start with that one I was just talking about that they learned because it's soft, and we'll see how this thing sounds. It's kind of our little sound check too. All right. called Dancing in Tennessee. Um, yeah, this is just like a song I wrote about what it'd be like to if I ever get to do your dream of going to the Grand Ole Opry, and you got somebody who's going along with you and also does, like you enjoy both playing music. I see a lot of people who, have partners, they play music, and I always think that's really cool. So I kind of just wrote a song about like what that would be like. But so that the waltz song, it's funny. I wrote this song and it's called the Dancing in Tennessee, and it sings about a waltz. But at first, I couldn't play a waltz at all. I was playing 4/4 timing. Any musician will give that a laugh. And I was singing a song about a waltz. And then eventually, everybody was like, "Hold up, dude! You have to learn how to play a waltz. If you're gonna sing that this is a waltz song." So she's terrible. We're fine. Sound of pain lost it. You could spend that on that stage driving down the stopping you taking a single dream. She keeps me picking guitar with me on and with me. Well, so sweet. So we and so we hope we'll see Texas. There you go. Does that sound all right?
They say it's kind of choppy a little bit back
Kind
and
of
forth,
choppy.
and the Zoom.
All right. You can still hear me, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
right, is my voice working now still?
It's a little low.
It's a little low, but you can hear me?
Yeah.
All right, that might be better for the music though, right?
Yeah, I can hear the guitar.
All right, I'll just talk really loudly. I'm pretty good at that. How's that holler? How you doing over there?
We hear that.
I need to borrow some sugar. Molasses.
Straight up.
Not for whiskey.
Molasses is good for your plants.
It's for my coffee. I'm a late night coffee drinker too. You like midnight coffee? I'm telling you what.
I've got some myself.
Alright, well, I'll try another song and maybe we'll see how this one sounds. Let me get a cape up. How's everybody doing? Are you watching comments and stuff? Anybody typing howdy?
It should be a good night for comments and stuff. Nice bright full moon. Last night was a beautiful night.
Yeah. I'll play a song about the moon. I got one in mind. That's a good one.
We got one woo. One long woo.
What? Woo! Alright, we'll see how this goes. This is that Wolf song I really like. I wrote this, this is like probably one of my earliest, like, original non-punk rock songs, because I wrote a lot of punk music for a while. And this is just about, like, trying to keep up with everybody when you feel like you want to accomplish goals. Pretty much one of our biggest things as humans we feel we have to do is keep up with other humans. Be on top of the human chain, I guess. But this is about other animals doing the same, or wolves anyway. So I like wolves and have raised a couple wolves back in the day when I was young. So this song came from that. Always be young, so time's not a waste. Forever dream, there's something to chase. Head full of steam and keep the pace of a fool. I sit and worry about life or death. I got more time to sit and rest. I do my best to keep the pace of a fool. When that full moon shines on me, I'll know. If to fight my dog and if to tuck my tail and go. I'm not another lost dog trying to find my way back home. Open mind like a big old sky. It comes and goes with the rolling tide. I do my best to ride out the way. I chase my heart like a rabbit. My smile says I'm sleeping. My eyes say I'm in the clouds every day. No valley ahead, no shadow of a mountain to fall. One foot after next, no matter what my call. A free wolf never feels like another lost dog.
for one more song. In the morning light, my worries gone. Everything's alright when it comes the dawn. When that full moon shines on me, I'll if to fight my dog and if to tuck my tail in. I'm not another lost dog trying to find my way back home. Yeah.
Hell yeah, that one sounded good all the way through. They were rocking, yeah. Lots of compliments. We gotta get.
I don't care about any of the talking. I just want this to sound good.
Oh, it sounded, yeah. The voice came through when once the guitar and it all came together. Yeah, you could hear both well. So yeah, I said I didn't get to see a lot of live music this summer. You bringing it right to my front door, brothers. Hell yeah.
I always told people, I actually used to say this a lot, and then I quit saying it because it happened. I said, oh, I'll even come play in your porch. Just give me a holler. And then one of my friends said, hey, dude, my son really loves Hank Williams III. Come play on my porch for his birthday. I'll give you $80. And then, like, I never paid me, and he's my friend. I never really bothered with it, you know, but I still am like, dang it, don't ever say it again, because you'll end up doing it for free. If you say you'll do it for free. Even when somebody's going to pay you, you're going to do it for free. Sometimes you just got to do some stuff for free. That's definitely the truth of it.
I agree. They appreciate it. That's for sure. And I'm sure these people do as well.
Yeah.
So that's on the album right there. That's a good tune.
Yeah, those two songs. Yep. I really like that one.
Right on. That is a great tune, to be honest with you.
Let's see. I'll do a bluesy one real quick. That's also. Eventually, I'll get to some covers. If people ask for some covers too, throw them out there. And maybe if I know it, I'll try. Mostly bluegrass covers are. I don't know. I'm not very good at actually taking requests. See, I shouldn't say things like that. But we'll get there. I'll do some cover songs that other people know too. Alright, this one's called Gonna Be Big Someday, and it's, let's see, this is kind of fun because I get to talk about more. When you're live performing, you know, in front of a lot of people, you want to talk about your songs, kind of, but, you know, nobody's got all that time to listen. This song's about, like, you know, when your mom and dad are, like, trying to teach you and stuff, and then society's pressure to also say, hey, you got to do this. But then you just do what you love, and it turns out that that's exactly what your parents told you to do in the first place, you know, so you did it all right, you know, which is, you know, I think our parents a lot, and I'm a dad too. My biggest thing is do what you like to do, you know, like, I don't, you know, my son likes different things, he likes some music, but I've never been like, hey, do this or do that very much, you know, so try to avoid that. And, yeah, my parents are pretty good about that. They bought me art supplies all the time, you know, and I appreciate that very much. Thank you, Mom and Dad, and this song is for you. Says I just gotta work if I wanna see more than the dirt. I put my hands to a good use and I will provide. I got nothing to lose. My daddy says you're gonna be big someday. And my mama says I just gotta dance as much of my feet as with my hands. Honky tonk and I scoot my boots down. Shake it, baby, you got nothing to lose. My mama says you're gonna be big someday. So thanks, Mom and Dad. And I know what I'm gonna do. I wanna sit right manager says I do what they say. I'll be top of the chart in New York someday. Write another solid good tune. I give him a hook and I give it soon. My manager says you're gonna be big someday. So listen here, dudes. Well, the doctor says I gotta slow it down if I don't wanna end up 6 feet underground. I put my hair with the blues crowd, but Doctor, I can let my family down. The doctor says, well, you know you're gonna die someday. I heard that, man. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit right here and pick the blues. I don't care about a nickel or two. I wanna make love to you. I wanna make love to you. Well, the preacher says I better say a prayer. There's gotta be a reason I got all my gray hair. He don't know that I've seen my share, and I can't judge him, I'm not there. The preacher says, well, you get down on your knees and pray. I said, I don't think so, dude. 'Cause I happen to run into God. I think they'll say that I've done a good job. I listen to my mama and my pop that life is beautiful and never stops. Well, then I might have died. Find my heaven that day is so beautiful. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit right here and pick the blues. I don't care about a nickel or two. I'm gonna make love to you. I'm gonna make love to you. I'm gonna make love to you.
That's good stuff, brother.
Thanks.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So, yeah,
I'm already
they-
warmed up from the entire day. I'm loose at this point.
Well, that's one of the things that drove me to you when I first met you originally. Was there was a good day of music, but man, you were sitting there rocking out, just kind of just sitting in the sun doing your thing and fucking sounding amazing, man. And still to this day, man, you're fucking getting better and better for sure.
Thanks. Yeah, you know, I was just pretty much trying to get Daniel, he runs the festival there. I think I was trying to just get his attention by playing a bunch, you know, because I've been trying to book with him forever. You know, but that's like, you know, all artists do that. I've come to, you know, totally accept that. You know, artists, we don't make art just for us to watch. I mean, like, there's something behind it that says other people, you know, want to hear or see, you know. Because, I mean, when you accept that you want to see it, then, you know, everybody else wants to see it or hear it or whatever. So, and it would be, you know, it's not even healthy to sit at home and just do it all to yourself all the time. Like, I actually get a lot more exercise when I go out and play and have to carry equipment. You know, when I sit at home and play guitar, I sit in a chair and get back pain. So there's a lot of good about it. But, you know, I definitely love going out, and anyone big to small that cracks a smile or starts bobbing their head or, you know, starts dancing. I've seen so many 4-year-olds start flat-footing. They don't even know what it is, but all of a sudden their feet start going, and I'm like, that's just in you, you know. You must have Appalachian roots deep back.
Right on. I'm sure I'm bobbing my head, and I'm sure everybody else that's watching is bobbing their head as well. Ned Denver in chat says that he enjoys the stories behind the songs and the original music, and I have to agree with that. You know, that's a lot of, you know, the passion comes from. It's your music. You know what I mean? You wrote it. You know, yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I like playing like cover songs of lots of bluegrass because they might not be my lyrics and stuff. And sometimes, back in the day, I was a little bit more emotional and I didn't play certain songs, but I kind of got over that anyway. But what I am tied to is the rhythm of bluegrass, the speed of play, the amount of picking there is involved just really appeals to my personality. Maybe I'm a little obsessive about things like my mandalas. You've seen the detail in my mandala stuff and whatnot. I like all those little details and I want to learn how to do them. And so when I hear flat picking and especially like fiddle tunes and that, my brain is like, let's go. I want to do that too. So I feel like my body's just in tune with bluegrass and country music, Not all slow songs, definitely, because I'm trying to teach myself how to play slow. Still after like 5 years.
What's the appeal to play slower? To be honest with
I
you.
don't know. There's a lot of country music and folk jams and I'll be jamming and I've had many people go do just slow down. And also in jam sessions there aren't people that can play 100 miles an hour and what I think might be half speed is somebody's full speed or something. So it's something that some songs I'm learning how to do that and have started actually breaking out more slow songs that I've written and whatnot and putting them in our set to kind of make our set. We've had a really good dynamic lately of going up and down in sets and getting into jams too because I like that and doing the weird stuff. Yeah.
You kind of just fed into the question that I was getting ready to ask. As I've been to a lot of concerts lately, and like Billy Strings is like one of the first ones that kind of like really brought the attention to me is the musician's ability to kind of control and captivate the crowd a little bit. So is that kind of why you chose this genre a little bit of like bluegrass, almost kind of jam bammy where you can, freestyle a little bit and play into the mood if you want to?
Oh yeah, because you can't stop me from doing the weird stuff. Literally have tried. I've lost bandmates because they're like, dude, that's a little crazy. Because there is a traditional bluegrass culture who wants to play standard bluegrass, old school microphone, or they like to do it that way. And then there's also Billy Strings didn't grow up just around bluegrass music, so that's in you already. I grew up around Meatloaf, Guns N' Roses, Styx. My dad likes rock bands, and then I moved to Kalamazoo when I was 19, and by 22 I was punk rock up until I was 35 or something. I'm still punk rock. I just played a show at Mulligan's of strictly punk rock stuff, which was really cool. Had a projector behind me with weird visuals of 1930s dancers going on, black and white film, and because as a punk rocker and all that other stuff, pyrotechnics and crazy squeals and squaws and stuff like that are part of that genre, so if you played more of that and then you got into bluegrass, well, it's going to bleed in no matter what you do. But bluegrass loves it, and they've been doing it since the 50s. And then by the 60s and 70s, you had a lot of bluegrass musicians doing space grass and, Spanish stuff. It was all over the place. Jerry Garcia's projects and whatnot, And every bluegrass musician, I think, it's just what you do, because you go to festivals, you travel so much, and you're going to play music that isn't your music, because you go in a big circle, and, You're gonna learn and do new things all the time. So, and then you just put them into what you do. So, but yeah.
I believe a lot of people don't really understand how much of an influence bluegrass has on a lot of artists. Led Zeppelin gave a lot of credit to bluegrass in their early beginnings and stuff like that. It's truly a great art form or genre of music.
Yep. Yeah. I was saying earlier. Let's see. Like the guitar is American. The mandolin is from Italy. What is it? The dobro is, where's this dobro from? I forget. Banjo's from Africa. They're all from different places. All these instruments too. So, yeah.
The
Japan.
mandolin, the
Japan loves
mandolin,
bluegrass.
the mandolin's a mind blower for me. Man, it seems so fast. There's so many strings. It's a
Yeah,
beautiful.
I got one right here. Hold on, let me grab it. I have a fiddle. I have one fiddle. Wait, I have a half violin, a violin, a viola, mandolin, banjo, and multiple guitars. But I'm excited about this. I actually just traded a painting to a guy.
Badass.
He wanted one of my paintings, so we bartered, and I got this mandolin. It plays. It's just a rogue mandolin, whatever, but it's got this cool praying mantis on the back.
That is super cool.
Yeah. And so, but that was part of the deal. Yeah, this thing, you can rip on him. I'm not very good at mandolin. Yeah, but don't ever not do something. Somebody even asked me the other day. Apparently they have a play, and they were like, "Do you play mandolin?" And I was like, "Yeah, I kind of play." They're like, "Oh, you should play. We're looking for somebody to play mandolin behind a play, like theater." And they were like, "You're gonna do it," and I'm like, "Okay." Whatever, dude.
Well, it sounded good. What you just played, that's for sure. You got to start somewhere. You can't be afraid to jump in, right?
Yep. Big fish. Got to be a goldfish in the ocean. Jump in and grow.
One of my favorite quotes, Les Brown, you don't have to be great to get started. You don't, yeah, you just have to get you started to be great. That's how that goes.
1 second, I'm gonna open a window here.
Cheers.
Yeah. So, yeah, you've had some good guests recently. I seen pictures of you. Some of your grow is looking good too.
Thank you. Yeah. Trying the outdoor for the second attempt this year and pretty happy with that. Yeah, it's a lot different from the indoor grow, kind of a little less headache, a little bit bigger plants, and yeah, different experience all in all. So I'm enjoying it though.
Yeah, it's totally cool. Like a lot of people, I just see them growing in their backyards. Man, I'm still stoked about it.
It's a beautiful thing. I'd never in a million years thought I'd fucking see it in my lifetime.
Yeah, I'm from Indiana, man. Like it's still harsh down there, but I don't know. Eventually they'll probably crack too. So, but yeah, that's really cool. Like I was always paranoid all the time, and it's taking me a long time. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of us still that are like just paranoia is bred into us because like all the years we spent like hiding out smoking all the time, you know. But yeah, I'm pretty over that now.
So who's been one of your favorite, what's one of some of your favorite covers to play? And
Ooh, Well, I love Hank Williams songs. Um, for like country music, and then really, I mean, any bluegrass song, and I need to learn a bunch more because there are so many songs. Um, Probably something after this album to focus on a lot. But yeah, I like bluegrass just wailing away and trying to learn these licks and stuff. I'm just really getting into that more because I like focused on trying to build up the band a lot in the past few years. And now that there are some really good musicians, I'm like, I can just sit and focus on that, and then it's really fun when we play together now, I find it more enjoyable when I'm not, I'm more capable. And, but cover-wise, man, definitely like Hank Williams songs, because it's just that the fact that I sound so much like him when I sing them, and, or Hank 3 songs, especially, apparently, like when I get rowdy people, it's just that same energy, and, so the people that know that music and whatever, especially like the assisted living facility folks love Hank Williams songs, and so you bust one out and everybody's singing with you. And my favorite part of music is harmonizing and singing. Even if you're not harmonizing, but when people are all joining in and singing, that's like bluegrass and awesome, And what I learned, like the same feeling I used to get when we would all like sing in church, I guess, like everybody's singing and just, and you're like, oh, well, this is rather cool. Like it's such a community thing. So, yep, Hank Williams songs do it for people. And You Are My Sunshine, songs like that, I've been learning a lot of those songs that like are in our brains, and like, all of a sudden people are like, oh, I remember that song, and it surprises people that I play a song from the 1800s, I love those covers, too.
Right.
Like Polly Wolly Doodle, that's one I've been playing recently. Like, it's like, Polly Wolly Doodle all the day, fare thee well, fare thee well, fare thee well, my fairy thing. I'm going to Louisiana to see my savannah, singing Polly Wolly Doodle all the day. It's like Yankee Doodle, man.
It's catchy. Very catchy.
Yeah, it's so catchy, Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to do like a lot of Johnny Cash and stuff like that, but I think I kind of like don't play that as much anymore because I like burn out on Johnny Cash, or like I don't do. Well, I should learn more, but I don't do like a lot of newer country just because I love outlaw country, listening to it and stuff, but I like punk rock outlawed the crap out of myself, so now I like writing these love songs and whatnot, and I guess I still am an outlaw by doing what I do, because I do a lot of weird stuff, but yeah, I haven't played a lot of those covers. Like, if you ask me if I know Merle Haggard or anything, I'm like, I'm sorry.
Right on.
But I'm not old yet. I'm only 40, so there's another, 40 or 50 years of learning another 1,000 songs. That's something I've always strived to, and I love about, like, bluegrass is, like, Alan Lomax, or some people, like, did documentaries, or took songs and learned them all in their head, like 500 songs. One dude took, like, 500 songs, learned them by heart, went to the Library of Congress, recited them all for recording on the record, dude, from heart.
That's
like,
insane.
And people are like, how do you know so many songs? I'm like, apparently it's a thing we can do as human beings, So, and it's something I've gotten compliments on, like, every set's different, all that stuff, like I try to mix it up. Some songs I do play a lot because I really do like them, And I've written hundreds of songs, I just don't play them all. There's so many songs. Yeah,
So,
that's a long answer. Old songs. I like to play old songs and
no,
bluegrass from the 30s to the 50s and 60s. And some Billy Strings. I play some like Billy String stuff and whatnot. But I haven't learned a lot of that stuff because not only have I felt it, but I've heard it from people like, you know, like I always feel like if you're going to play something, try to play it really well. And Billy just tears it up. So if you're going to learn one of his songs, I hope you're already at the advanced guitar level. Like, I could sing the crap out of Dustin Baggy and stuff, you know, but am I going to pick as fast as that? No. And when I play it, that's what people are used to hearing. You know, they're used to hear that ripping on it, you know. So, but getting there.
you're pretty fast. Pretty fast. I like that style of music myself. It's very intoxicating, entrancing when you're listening to it. It tends to draw you in.
Metal and punk rock and all that, dude. It's just people start dancing and going in circles and can't help themselves.
It's interesting to watch too, because it seems to be like that right in front of the stage area. You can watch, like, if you're at a concert, the different levels of what's going on. And usually, right there in front of the stage, everybody that's right there is pretty taken in what's going on in, whatever tune's being played, they're enthralled with. That's for sure.
Yeah, there's like the I know every song people right in front. I call it riding the rails like trains, you know, like riding the rail right there. Like I'm that guy. Like I am up there. Not only do I ride the rail, but I usually got my phone on in my pocket trying to record their whole the whole thing I'm listening to because I want to hear it later too. And then level 2 are your dancers that, you know, they're into the rhythm and everything. And I love how that group varies, the dancing group, because some people are following, like, you can tell people are following different instruments. It's really cool to watch. And then, hold on, my thing went wacky. There it goes. Alright, and then, yeah, like you can tell who's dancing to the mandolin or the guitar by the way they're moving. And then usually in the back, you're like people doing video and, you know, attending the event. Usually the sound guy is in that area too, back there. But especially festivals, that's kind of, you know. And then on the edges too of festivals, I love you have fire dancers, and if you play at night, people with glow toys. Like, because I am also a fire spinner, and like I just really love that, you know. So, and I like as a musician, I don't lock eyes anywhere usually. I'm just like woo back and forth, kind of do that.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
With locking eyes, would somebody just kind of throw you off, or why not?
If somebody's into it, like, and I catch them like doing this, that person I usually like there'd be, you know, so many of them, and I will like zoom in on them and you know, I'm grinning because they're, you know, and so that's kind of, you know, when your connection of like, you know, who's really enjoying the show as much as you are, so you're vibing together, you know. And if you're like feeling something and you like just want to look around, you'll catch that person and be like, all right back on to feeling, you know, we're all having a good time, you know, so that's really cool. Those people usually I love too, talking to, because that, I mean, now like playing, you know, it's such an intimate thing as a musician. A lot of times you get done and all of a sudden everybody comes talk to you, and usually it's those people, you know, who are really into it, and you were smiling at them and then they want to say hi and stuff. So that's really nice. It's my favorite part about music is not the venue or any of that, because I'll play almost anywhere. It's, you know, meeting the people around is the funnest part for me. Because I think I grew up very isolated in the country, so and I was always like oh, let's play kind of person, you know. And so now as an adult, I'm like, oh, you can just live this way if you want, you know. There are lots of people who want to get to know each other and whatnot, you know.
Hmm. So, what song would you say will find a crowd, draw a crowd together? If you have a, if you're in a venue that people like different shit, what's a song that will unify a crowd?
Ooh. Um. Well, usually at a Grateful Dead song is pretty much like when I do like a Grateful Dead cover. Everybody is usually because it's bluegrass Grateful Dead for me too. So if you don't know it, you still like bluegrass. But anybody, you know, Grateful Dead people are just like, woo, yeah. And then like the dancing starts, the spinning, you know, and it's like, you know, all of a sudden it goes from the flat footers to the spinners, and I really like that. Dude, I've heard "You Are My Sunshine" so much this summer. It's just ridiculous. Actually, I heard it one time at the Good Old Days Festival. I think I heard 5 different renditions, and it was involved in 2 of them of "You Are My Sunshine." That is just a song that is, you know, defies generation. I think.
Right on.
Yeah, and you can play them so many different ways too. Like the version I know of "You Are My Sunshine," most people play it in G, and it's real bright. Like you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. But I do this so the Dead South, you know the Dead South at all.
Yep.
We're actually about to play at Bell's, I think August 18th, but I'm pretty sure I'm busy, man. And budgeting does not involve attending shows that cost a lot of money. Thankfully, I'm a musician in all these festivals. They don't charge me to get in. But if I keep up my shenanigans, they might. But yeah, the Dead South, they play this version of "You Are My Sunshine" in F. And it's like, you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. It's like just a little bit darker, I think, which is more fitting for me to the song, because it's a sad song, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, Dead South is a good band. Actually, was turned on to the Dead South by a tattoo guy. Oddly enough.
Damn them tattoo guys.
Oh no, man! You always hear a lot of good music in the tattoo shops,
You
man.
do. Actually, all the time when I was tattooing a lot, you know, I offered people like, "Hey, do you want to play your music?" And they're like, "No, dude, I dig your vibe." Like they actually love the bluegrass and hillbilly stuff. It's really good for tattooing because it's also got that fast pace of, and you're being drilled by a machine that's moving fast, you know. So I would mix that up with like punk rock stuff, and I had a lot of compliments when I tattooed in the studio quite often.
As a tattoo artist, do you prefer the old school machine or do you use one of the new
I used to.
electric?
I'm so hardcore about it. I got one tattooed right here on my leg.
Right
This is
on.
actually a machine from California I got from a guy named Eddie Munster. I have it. It's in the shape of a coffin. It's badass. He traded me a painting for it. But no, yeah, I ran old school machines, dude, hardcore about it. I still do stencils by hand too, and all that. I am a firm like, if you don't use it, you lose it. So I never got used to the iPads or anything, because they have a lot of like autocorrect features or whatnot. Things look too perfect for me on those, you know. So I would draw my own drawings and whatnot. But yeah, old school coil, loyal to the coil is what we said. Um,
I like the sound myself. It's
yeah,
part of it's soothing,
yeah.
part of the
But
tattoo.
it's a pain in the ass, man, and you know, using big disposable tubes. I used steel tubes for a long time because I've been in it for 20 years. So cleaning those is a detriment to any tattoo artist. Like, You gotta brush out bloody tubes with a freaking brush, you know? You don't know where shit goes, you know? I never liked that. I was like, this just feels terrible. So disposables came along. That's really cool. And with like rotaries, man, like I feel like, dude, everybody is just like, oh, it's so nice, you know? Plus, I have really great line work. I find that I get so much cleaner work with a rotary machine. Like, because it's just so much more constant than the magnet, you know? Like, I know how to build tattoo machines and all that, and I just like the rotary is freaking cool, man. Like, it just makes it so much awesome as an artist. It's not heavy, you know? You get tennis elbow after so long working.
Vibration as well, I'm sure gets to you guys when you're.
Yeah, dude, I opened up my tattooing for, you know, and the other day I did a full leg thing on my friend of spiral geometry. 7 hours, bro. Like,
Nice.
and it was the day before, like, a band rehearsal or something, and then we had a show the next weekend, and, like, by the time that rolled around, like, my arm twitched. Like, I got this twitch, you know? So I, like, do massages, whatnot, but yeah, like, that's why I don't like to tattoo all the time now. I'd rather just play music. Now I'm working on tearing out my left hand instead of my right one, you know?
Terrible on your back as well, I'm sure. I can see the rotary for the line work, but what's your opinion? I mean, on the overall tattoo? I've heard both
It's
ways.
artist, man.
Do
I
you
think it's all
like it
artist.
for your shading?
Yeah, like I know a lot of artists do great work like shading and color with them too, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like they're a machine. The thing is with rotaries, man, they're so soft as an artist. The feel of them. A lot of people will go too deep with a rotary because they don't realize they're doing it, and then they're tearing up the tattoo. But if you have a good touch already, you're good to go. Like that's just, you know, it's just Russian, man, real light, you know. But some people like to dig into things.
Right on, right on. Yeah. So would you be interested in playing us another song? I can't help but see that guitar, man. It's
Yeah, I have a weird sound actually. Oh, okay. I was like, what's going on? My pickup's so good in my guitar that I had a thing accidentally recording, and it recorded my voice through my guitar and was playing through my amp.
really,
Yeah, through a guitar pickup. That was wild.
it is pretty wild.
Alright, I'm gonna do some covers now. Weird buzz in my guitar, I don't like it. Let's see.
Always been jealous of people that can sing and play music. Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Do a Doc Watson song. Was on a spring, one sunny morn. My sweetheart left me, she's gone alone. She's gone, well I don't worry, 'cause I'm sitting on top of the world. You catch me stealing, don't you tell on me. I'm just stealing back to my used to be. She's gone, well I won't worry, 'cause I'm sitting on top of the world. Well, all the summer and all the fall, I just might find my all in all. She's gone, well I won't worry, 'cause I'm sitting on top of the world. Never have one got a time, always have 7, 8, or 9. So if they're gone, well you won't worry, 'cause you're sitting on top of the world. Well, all the summer and all the fall, you just might find was sitting on top of the world, and all the summer and all the fall, I just might find all in all. If she's gone, well, I won't worry, 'cause I'm sitting on top of the world.
Yeehaw, brother. That's some good stuff, man.
Thanks, man. I gotta turn one thing up. Oh. Stoner problems, can't find a lighter. Let's see. Probably do a Hank song, since I was talking so much about liking Hank Williams.
Play what you'd like to play, my friend. We're grateful that you're willing to do it.
Your cheating heart will make you weep. You'll cry and cry and try to sleep, but sleep won't come the whole night through. Your cheating heart will tell on when tears come down like a falling rain. You toss around and call my name. You walk the floor the way I do. Your cheating heart will tell on. You walk the floor the way I do. Your cheating heart will tell on. Yeah, you just know you'll find someday. You'll crave the love you need. When tears come down like a falling rain, you toss around and call my name. You walk that floor the way I do. Your cheating heart will tell on. Yeah, that's a good one.
Now, that's a good one right there. Is that your favorite out of the Hank's catalog?
Oh, no. I feel like so. I always joke about it because I feel the same way. Hank would play a song, or before he would play a song, he'd always say, "Well, this here is your cheating heart. I wrote this, and it must be one of the best songs I've ever written." And I just think it's beautiful. I hope y'all enjoy it. And then he would play that song, and then the very next song he goes, well, this song is called Singing Waterfall, and I do believe it must be one of the most beautiful songs I've ever written. Like, I swear he would do that like every song, you know? And so I really don't have a favorite Hank Williams song. Maybe he like was manipulating people back then, you know? You're gonna like all my songs because they're all beautiful. And he actually succeeded, you know? Let's see, I do got one I really like. Let me find it real quick. Since I actually said the name of it. I feel like this was, I don't know if my great-grandpa played this song, but I feel like I used to hear it before, so.
That songbook must be fat.
There's a singing waterfall in a mountain far away. That's where I long to be at the close of every day. That's where my sweetheart's sleeping down beneath the clay. Well, I often sit and wonder why the Lord took her we'd meet there every evening as the sun was sinking low. We'd listen to the waters as they ripple soft and low. Since she's gone to heaven, well, I miss her most of all. Tonight, my darling, sleeping by the singing waterfall. Last night as I lay dreaming, well, I heard my darling call. So I went to meet her by the singing waterfall. She took me in her arms, just like she used to do. Then I heard her whisper, well, I'll meet you in the blue. Yeah, the singing waterfall in a mountain far away. That's where I long to be at the close of every day. That's where my sweetheart's sleeping down beneath the clay. I often sit and wonder why the Lord took her away. That is a good song, man. I don't know. It's got a waterfall in it.
It is a good tune. So as I was sitting here listening to you play, I couldn't help but wonder, what is the song that you have would be the most emotional song you play or you have the deepest emotional attachment to? You know what I mean? And I'm not asking you to play it. I'm just asking you which one's that one song that you play once in a while that just I guess comes straight from the heart. Your song or whatever. What's
I feel like Wolves is one of those songs, probably. Um, let's see. Cover songs? Probably Hank Williams III, Cecil Brown. I really like that song.
right on?
Yeah, that one, like, I don't play it a lot, but, like, I had somebody actually come up to Doonesville and was like, I came here to see you play, and I didn't get to hear Cecil Brown. And so I was like, all right, man, well, I'll get to you, like, we'll play tonight, like, I'll play it for you. Just come find me. And so I went to go play with somebody else, and she just pops up because she's right there, next 10 over, that same lady. And she listened to us, and then she goes, well, I play a little guitar. And I was like, go get it, and she got to sing, and she was like, can I sing it with you? And so we actually, like, recorded a little, like, her and I singing together. And I was like, that's what's really cool. Like, not only do you get to meet, somebody who likes your song, but they play music because they like the same music, And then you could just do a jam with them. Like, that's really cool. But Cecil Brown, apparently they really like that song, too. I can play that one, though. My name is Cecil Brown, and I'm from a little town. People don't think much of me. I never understood why they thought I was no good. This is how it's been. The feelings of this wore-out cowboy might make you feel so cold. I've traveled up and down so many kind of lonesome roads. I once took the high road and it took me straight to hell. I stood there all by myself. The lone, lonesome road is where I feel that I belong. It don't matter who is right or wrong. Hit the feelings of this wore-out cowboy. I make you feel so cold. I've traveled up and down so many kind of lonesome roads. Picking up the pieces of my broken family. It's not an easy sight to see. As the leaves had changed, it helps ease the pain. Suffering they've left way I ended that slow. That's the way I heard it anyway.
That was awesome, man. Really nice guitar work there, brother.
Thanks. Yeah, Hank 3 writes some gnarly songs too, man. His daddy, or his granddad was a great songwriter. You know, they're all great songwriters, all the Williams boys. But Hank 3, I feel like, had a really deep connection to his granddad's music. And I recently got to see Hank 4 a couple times, and like I did a little doodle and gave him that and chat with him, and he signed a guitar for me, and you know, when I heard him, he has that same kind of like, he really likes his great granddad stuff, you know, and so but yeah, those songs are deep songs, man. Hank 3 too, he you know, he hasn't played in a long time, as far as I know, too much. One of my friends actually was like, I almost got him to come here to Michigan and play, and I was like, dude, that would be so freaking cool. I know he's been up here before, but Hank 3, come to Michigan. I know you smoke weed too, man. If you're watching this, pick a few. Let's do a fast bluegrass song.
All right.
I'm hyper. It's like coffee's kicking in, dude. Speak of that, I don't even know what I did with it. Let's see. What's a good one I haven't done? I do Gravel Yard, because that's a good one. Oh, wait, no, I'm going to do Singularly Unlucky. This one's an original one. The one I was telling you is written about my family. And, this will be the name of my album this summer. I'm excited about. Way down in the hills of southern Indiana, that's where you'll find my kinfolk sleep. Buried on a hill there in Lawrence County, surrounded by query 100 feet deep. The last in line, the next to fall down, their headstones will fall, but the sound won't hurt. The Staggs become the limestone around where the query don't need my digging wood and dirt. But I once lied, and I once stole, and I thought I'd fall down that old limestone hole, and I might smoke, and I might drink. Someday I'd be lucky, my Staggs didn't sink. Great-granddad was a hard-working man. He'd hitch a ride the old GM plan and carry the stones with a good men. To see it all going down, it would feel like a sin, cause I might lie and I might stole. When I thought I'd sold my soul to the old quarry hole, and I might smoke, well, I might drink. Singly, I'd be lucky if my Staggs didn't sing.
Hell yeah, that's good stuff, man.
Thanks, man. That was another, like, one of the earliest songs I ever wrote. Like, I wrote that song maybe like 6 years ago. Yep. And then I got all my. I'll show you one of them real quick. I'm pretty sure I've showed you some of my instruments before. But this is one I really do love because speaking of tattoos, like when I was like 20 something, I saw a picture of my great granddad holding this guitar. And I was like, oh, that's a cool guitar. It's got a hummingbird on it. And my aunt was like, yeah, that was his hummingbird guitar. He played a lot. And your grandma or somebody got it. I didn't know where it went because he passed away in the hospital. He played all his instruments in the hospital, died, and then apparently my grandma, his daughter, my dad's mom, said, take those instruments directly to my house, and that way nobody messes with them. And she had them in her house for like 20-something years, and she had a stroke, and I talked to my aunt. I'd done some art for my aunt who lives, her daughter, and she was like, well, you know, my grandma's like, I think I'm going to give these to somebody. And she's like, well, Daniel does all the things that great grandpa does, like plays and performs, and I'm sure you appreciate him. So she messaged me and said, well, grandma wants to give these to you. And I was like, all right, well, don't mail them. I'm driving down. So I drove to Indiana, took my boy down there and picked these up from her. And I didn't know a lot of country then or whatever, but I played her that song on his guitar, and that was really cool. Like, and then I took them to my dad's house, and because I got two guitars and a banjo. And the banjo, I never got to play these guitars when I was a kid, but the banjo, my great grandpa would put on the ground, and I would like just go pling, pling, you know, and I just love the sound of it. And I remember that's like a ingrained memory. He-Man toys and great grandpa's banjo was childhood goodness. And but yeah, I took these instruments to my dad, and I didn't tell my dad I was going to get them. I just said I was coming to visit. And then when I got there, I was like, surprise, I got these instruments. And I was like, he's either going to be pissed because he plays guitar or whatever, or he's going to be stoked. And he was like, really? That's really cool. And I'm like, cool, I'm breaking them out of the car. Let's pick. And so we like played some songs together. First time I've ever got to play guitar with my dad for like sit down and play was when I was 30 something, and I got these instruments. So all of a sudden it was like my great grandpa was like, all right, you two sit down and take these things, you know what I mean?
Right on.
Like that, yeah. But yeah, I got this guitar tattoo right there on my ribs.
Oh.
And then I got it like 15 to 20 years later. I got the guitar, so yeah.
That's super awesome.
Yeah,
What was
it's
the
not
song
a
you
Gibson
guys played?
hummingbird. This is a Dixon hummingbird, so it's the cheap model of a Gibson from the 60s. And then I got an old K Jumbo. If you're an artist, like a guitarist, the old K guitars are like super cheap, like $20 to $50 back in the day. My great grandpa's first guitar cost him like $5 to like $10, I think. He had like a Sears Roebuck or something too, like just ordered.
Very bad.
Yeah, he was 98. I mean, he'd probably seen some old instruments in his day. He had a violin too. I don't know where the violin went. I was kind of like, oh, because that was the one thing I do remember. He could wail on a violin. He was a very small guy, like 5'2" or something, and just always had a twinkle in his eye and tobacco drool coming out of his mouth, and his leg would just bounce when he'd play. Like he was a very active man. It took 7 heart attacks to kill him.
Damn. That's tough, dude.
Yeah. They were like doing, I guess they were doing like blood transfusions. He had a hole in his heart, and they was just keeping him alive by pumping more through him, and then he just quit. So, but he's an inspiration.
So when you got to play with your dad for the first time, what was the first? What was the first song you guys played together?
Oh well, let's see. I did some country stuff with first, I think, and that was like then like my dad. It was like, when did you start sounding like you were from Texas instead of Indiana? You know, because he's like, you have a crazy Southern drawl. Like I thought that was hilarious. And he played, and I played him some originals probably too, and then he played like some, probably like Bob Seger or something, or he's like, he doesn't know country music a lot, but I think he like John Mellencamp, stuff like that. He could play Rolling Stones.
Heard on,
Yeah,
heard on.
yeah. He keeps a couple guitars around the house. He gave me, my great grandpa gave him a guitar when he was a child, and I have it. He was like, "Here, I want to give you this too," and he was like, "Hold on, it's in a car." And this is in southern Indiana, like out in the woods in the hill, And I'm like, "Oh no." He's like, "I'll find it," and he pulls out of the car, and the whole bridge is tore off. It's an old Suzuki guitar, like a classical, like, um, yeah, and somebody tried to fix it for me, but my grandpa or somebody had actually like JB welded the bridge back on and put a bolt through it. Like they do some hillbilly things to guitars and just trying to keep them going. Especially children's instruments get banged up. They cry about it, so you gotta fix it somehow.
Do you prefer to play on metal or nylon strings?
Oh, I play metal strings. I used to play real thick because I heard Stevie Ray Vaughan would get that tone because he'd play, the thickest strings he could get his hand on. And then so I used to run these really thick guitar strings, and I found out it was, when it says on a guitar, use light to medium strings, it is not joking because like I almost tore the tuning peg out of like. So I have a new guitar. Last time I think I played a Martin that I bought for my birthday, but I got this thing. This is made in Allegan, Michigan, by a guy named Wayne Hayward, and he calls them Whiskey Hotel guitars. I wanted a boomer, from what I hear. Everybody's talking about the cannon of guitars, so I was looking for one, and they're all like $1,000, or some guitars, Martins that are old and sound awesome, are like $3,000. But I found this thing weirdly on Facebook. It was $700 or whatever. But he made it himself in the garage in Allegan. And it's made of Michigan spruce and Michigan walnut. So the trees are from this state, And the neck, I believe the whole neck is like walnut too. It just has it's got a huge, thick, like, neck. It's very wide, so a lot of people like I let them play it and they're like, no freaking way, and I'm like, that's cool. My guitar is like only one guy plays it. But,
I dig it. Not to
yeah,
mention like
this is
local, and
cool.
you know the kind of a little bit of the story behind it.
Yeah, these two things here, I always put like my Martin. I put like an opal and some other stones in it. I dremeled them in. This one, I found these. This is turquoise, but these used to be. I had my cheeks pierced all the way through, on both my dimples done, and they like would never heal up. And I used to have these in my cheeks, actually, these turquoise jewels. And I found them, and I was like, you know what? They would look really pretty in the headstock of my guitars. So I just took a little screwdriver and drilled them in there, super glued them. But yeah, I love characters of guitars. I've only had it for like 6 months. I've already got this giant black stain from playing at festivals wearing these black dress shirts. I had it coming off. But the guy lives in Allegan, and like I almost ripped this tuning peg out using those heavy strings. Like this thing, I almost pulled it out. I took it to his house. He put a piece of wood in it, drilled it back out, glued it. An hour later, like he let me play banjo by the lake. He lives by the lake in Allegan, so I just sat there picking banjo. He handed me my guitar. He's like, "Have a great day, buddy."
That's fucking
He's a
awesome.
good guy. So if you buy a guitar from Wayne Hayward, he'd do you a favor. Like he'll put your pickup in, man. He doesn't make a lot of guitars, but this one it is loud. I ain't even gotta have it plugged in, but it is a very loud guitar. And if you're looking for that kind of thing, I told him I'd promote him. I haven't done a lot of that, but the guitar speaks for itself.
Giant glasses in Chad's like, let's hear it. How does this work? Let's hear it.
Let's do, let's see. Another favorite that brings people together is the Crawdad Song. Everybody likes the Crawdad Song. You get a line and I get a pole now, honey. You get a line and I get a pole now, babe. You get a line and I get a pole and we'll go down the Crawdad hole, oh, honey, oh baby mine. Wake up, old woman, you slept too late now, honey. Wake up, old woman, you slept too late now, babe. Wake up, old woman, you slept too late. The Crawdad man gonna pass me, oh honey, oh baby mine. Wake up, old man, you slept too late now, honey. Wake up, old man, you slept too late now, babe. Well, wake up, old man, you slept too late. There ain't no Crawdad on that plate, oh honey, oh baby mine. Along came a man with a sack on his back now, honey. Along came a man with a sack on his back now, babe. Along came a man with a sack on his back. He's packing all the crawdads he could pack. Oh, honey, oh, baby mine. You get a line and I get a pull now, honey. You get a line and I get a pull now, babe. You get a line and I get a pull and we'll go down the crawdad hole. Oh, honey, oh, baby mine. Heard the dog say to the drake, now honey, quack quack. I heard the dog say to the drake, now babe, hey babe. Well, I heard the dog say to the drake, well there ain't no crawdad in that lake, oh honey, oh baby mine. What you gonna do when the lake runs dry now, honey? What you gonna do when the lake runs dry now, babe? What you gonna do when the lake runs dry? I hate to see you sit and cry, honey, oh baby mine. You get a line and I get a pull now, honey. You get a line and I get a pull now, babe. You get a line and I get a pull. We'll go down the crawdad hole, oh honey, oh baby mine. Yeah,
You got Chad bumping with that one, that's for sure.
yeah, everybody likes that song, man. That's a good old one too.
Yeah, the guitar's got a nice sound to it for sure.
Yeah, yeah, it's running through an amp, which doesn't sound as pleasant as the guitar. I prefer to run everything I got, like, because this pickup, it's like really touchy. You can tap the wood and hear it. It's one of those kind of pickups. LR Bags Anthem pickup or something. I think that's what it's called. If you're looking for a great pickup for your acoustic, it sounds like the most natural pickup I've had. With and because it's got like talking technical for your people. It's got a double humbucker, and one of the humbuckers is loose, so it picks up the sound of the wood as well as the electronics. And that's why it has a very natural tone to it. But I prefer to go direct into a PA, like my pedal to a PA system or whatever. I don't like amplifiers because with every amp you get a different sound, you know, like that might not be right for what my guitar sounds like, I think. I know I had a daggum lighter around here. Stoner Problems 101.
Yeah,
Give me 1 second. I'm going to get a lighter.
right on.
Here, you can look at some of my mandala art here real quick. I'll set you up to there. Oh, that's not working very well. Anyway.
Super cool. The links for Daniel's Facebook and Instagram are in the description of the show there. You guys should check him out, sub up, look for that album to be released in the near future. And just to say thank you for the performance tonight. Would greatly be appreciated.
Problem solved. Yeah, here, visual art. We can give me a guitar break for a second.
Yes.
Not that I don't love playing. I literally love to play until my fingers hurt, and that's the best feeling in the world. Actually, today I was driving home and my fingers were pulsing a bit. We went to, we played at the Ionia Moose Lodge. I think I mentioned that, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. And did I say that we went to Barkus Park yet? Did I talk about that?
Don't believe so.
Okay. Yeah, so we played at the Ionia Moose Lodge, and on the way there, I've been to Ionia before and was invited prior to like hang out at Barkus Park. Billy String's song "Meet Me at the Creek" is about that part, and so I was like, "Hey," to my other two. We had a trio today. I was like, "We should go to Barkus Park and record a video, play a little Billy String song or something or two." And so we played our set, got done, and then we kind of all agreed that we wanted to do it real quick, even though it was real hot. So I was only 10 minutes away though from where we just played a set, and on the way out. Like, and it was on before we played that I came up with the idea, but I ran into Terry Barber, showed up at our event, like, because Mark Lavengood headlined, so he came to watch Mark. And I'd given some art to Terry. I did a portraiture of Billy and his dad and gave it to him the month prior that I was there, because I was in town to watch Billy Strings, and I went up to Ionia I bought a jacket and delivered that art piece. I've been holding on to it for like 3 years. And, but yeah, so it was funny though that I decided to go to the park and then I ran into him again. And that was really cool. I was like, it feels very universal that we should definitely go to this park and play some music today. So we did that and we got there, and then, I guess it might be Billy's uncle, Uncle Bill, came out and listened to us play. He was like, I didn't expect to hear any music today. Like, let's go. So we played there for like half an hour, 45 minutes. Jammed Hank songs and Bluegrass songs. And I just posted on my Facebook, actually. You can go watch that. I have a bunch of songs that I recorded us playing. So me, the fiddle player, and a bass player hanging out at the creek, which I call it Critters at the Creek set. It was fun.
Nice, nice.
But yeah, so that was really good. And then, but my fingers were throbbing on the way home, and I was just so happy about it. That's the long story short of it. Terry, he was like, go to the creek. Like, that was cool. And then I came back and I was like, we did it. That was fun. Had a good time. And then we got to, at the end of the set, Mark. It was cool. Mark came out. They called for an encore. Mark Lavengood band, and he came out and was like, all right, we're bringing our guitars out. And then we all kind of picked one together. That was fun. I love it when we all jam together. That's my other favorite part of Bluegrass. Meeting people, playing around, The second part of it is like when musicians come together, and it's bluegrass has always been so like, hey, I'm bringing a friend out tonight. Here comes friend number 2. Bill Monroe used to have a line of dudes that would like just be like, all right, here comes Bob. Bob's gonna come out and play Texas Bill or something, you know. He would literally like ask the guy like, hey, what song do you want to play? The guy would say a song. He's like, all right, let's go, boys, and they would just go into it, you know. But that's how he took requests like that, you know. But I love bringing friends out. It's always that's part of the Critters. Is Daniel Staggs like in the Critters? My members are in other bands too, so they can't always be there. And a lot of times, like I'll be like, all right, I'll grab somebody from the festival. First fiddle player I see. Do you want to come jam with us on stage tonight? And we've had so many people we met. I think we've had like 50 different people in a year or two that have joined us on stage, you know.
Right on.
Then when the festival's over, everybody jams until dawn. Yeah. Smoking Dober Lele's, dude, those guys know how to do it. They jam great at a lot of festivals.
Musicians are cool people for sure.
Yeah. Oh, visual art. Here I got to move my light. Yeah, that should do better. All right. These are mandalas I paint.
Pretty damn cool.
Yeah. They're all freehand, so it's kind of like something I got into before, and then I started doing it at festivals, and people were watching, and then they got bigger, and now I do like 4 foot by 5 foot freehand mandala paintings, and now I'm hauling those around at festivals too, because I've learned that I can get an art booth at the festival I'm playing at. So I just set up my art booth. I put my tent right behind it. Camp Critter.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, 1 second.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a slow summer for festivals in general.
Yeah, they're like we lost a couple of them, but but they're actually this weekend they did what trucking into Hoxie instead of Hoxieville. They did trucking into Hoxie. Then yeah, we didn't have Shagbark Music Festival this year. And then what other festivals quit running? Somebody listed, they were at Doonesville, and they listed like 5 festivals that weren't functioning this year. So, but I think that forced a lot of other festivals to turn it up a notch and make things more. Well, a lot of musicians went to the other festivals to play, but also like kicked it up for like hospitality and family like environment too. Like I don't know, there were a lot of festivals this year that like a lot of people I've seen around seem like they're having a really good time at that went to the other festivals. And then they showed up at like Doonesville or something and were like, okay, I came here this year and it's my first year here, and they had a good time, you know.
There's a lot of great Michigan artists, and it's time that we start showcasing and have more festivals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe down the road, eventually, one of these days, I'll be richer, older, and have some property to host a bunch of my friends at. You know, that'd be awesome. Goals right there, you know.
That would be pretty fucking awesome. Yeah.
Well, Whoa, that was
Sounds
cool.
like a semi.
Dude, an ambulance went by with its siren on, and I think it fucked with my amp. I don't know. I'm picking up weird frequencies, man. I used to have this guitar that was cheap and this cheap amp, and I remember it picked up like German radio and Japanese radio on it. Whenever I would turn on my pedal to a certain thing, it'd be like, and I'd be like, that's freaking cool.
Yeah, that is fucking cool. Have you ever done with microphones, picked up weird shit with microphones, maybe even borderline supernatural shit?
Uh, no, my favorite thing to do though, so I do a lot of, I keep a lot of retro equipment around me. Actually, I have this beautiful piece of equipment right here. A lot of folks probably be like, wow, really? I haven't seen one of those in years. This is a Tascam Porta Studio 4-track cassette tape recorder. The old, wind it with a pencil tapes. You can still order cassette recorders that play tapes on Amazon for like $15, But I got a good deal on that thing, and I take it to festivals with me. I record other bands on it. It's called Takeout Tapes. It's like a side hustle I got, a little live recording business. And then, but I also record at home tapes, and I will have my TV, like I do weird background noises, and I have my TV playing voices and my record player going, and when you mix all that stuff together, you get a cool energy. I feel like sometimes where like, I'll be playing like water dripping and then Ram DOS videos and then other things, and they all mix what seems to be perfectly, like you'll play it back and you're like, oh, well that just said some cool stuff, and it just works. It's funny when you're a musician, like you hear that a lot as a person, but when you're a musician, I feel like you might use that, or it kind of works for you too, like just because your intention of it, That's why I think a lot of weird, space music and all that stuff just kind of works out where it sounds so good because it's just, the intention behind it, and then whatever they're due. I mean, even musicians like, whatever I did, it just didn't sound wrong, That's cool.
There's a lot of stuff, cool stuff you can do with a lot of that equipment. I've seen other people create a loop and then play along with that loop and create some super cool music just kind of like on the spot, like you're saying. For sure.
Yeah, it's really neat stuff.
What is
I
your
like to,
favorite piece that you have out of everything? I mean, what has the most sentimental value other than like the guitars from your grandfather there?
like musically equipment or?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm pretty tied to my guitar pedal stuff. Like, and I'd like to improve it later on when I have the chance to see what I could do. But like, I do this weird. It's one of my favorite things to do. We play a song, and I have this. It's just an old vintage delay pedal I got, really cheap. And but when you like just have everybody, we play Fire and Brimstone this song, and so everybody just starts wailing on this E chord. And while they're doing that, I just start doing this E thing, and I hit this pedal, and I just start tweaking knobs. Dude, that is like, I just love that, getting into the weirdness of things. Like, that's where you just start getting out there. And everybody goes, what the hell is going on, But I really love that thing, and that little pedal has just been tagging along with me hardcore.
It kind of sounded a little bit of primacy. I don't know why when you start playing with it, it reminded me a little bit of Primus. Who's
Yeah.
on? I don't know why. Um,
I've been into like Primus and Guar. I've seen Guar play live, and just
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, Jay Patrick is saying in chat there that he'd like to see you and Tom play together. Is there a chance you will be playing together at the festival there?
Oh yeah, I'm sure of that. Yeah. Yeah. I think Tom's picked with me multiple times for sure. I actually I feel like Tom may have sat in with us one set before. Either that or I was a special guest to Tom. One of the two. But yeah, festival, I'll have to make sure that happens.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see a few more of your friends pop up on the channel there. I've been kind of like reaching out to some like good friends of mine that I kind of respect and asking, hey, could you refer some guests? And
Yeah.
I've gotten a good list from a few people there. And yeah. So you may see a few more of your friends on the channel as well.
Sweet.
You said there's a lot of great talent here in Michigan. And it's time people know about, shit like that.
Yeah, and we've made a few like shifts in my band too that I'm pretty stoked about. Well, one of those is we switched our bass player uh, recently, and now I don't know if you know Full Chord at all. They're
No.
a pretty sweet bluegrass band, but I was looking for a bass player, and I was just like, hey, anybody who wants to keep up with really fast tempos and weird stuff? And so one of their partners, they're friends of mine, Full Chord, and one of their partners was like, yeah, I'll play, and she has really been awesome on the bass. Her name's Sally Bacon, and but she's like classically trained, but she plays that old stand-up bass. I really love that thing, man, and just really cool energy. So, and then we're about to try out some new like a steel slide guitar player, so that'll be fun too. A different sound that I haven't had a lot.
Yeah, we're just talking about as far as like being able to discover new and local music and stuff like that. There's a lot of towns like I was up in Holton Lake there for a while, and the local community would have free concerts every other week. And man, I love that shit. I was there every other week, you know what I mean, rocking along at local bands and shit. Got to know quite a few bit of musicians up there, but I've been bouncing around and it's been harder and harder to find good live music, in a lot of places that I go. And I think that's due to the alcohol cannabis fight, man. You've really seen a lot of people, the number of alcohol drinkers, you know, yeah, so I don't think it's tougher for like bars and shit like that to justify, getting live entertainment and shit in there. I wish Michigan would be a little bit more freeing to the fact that, we could have a consumption area to where that's where they did, you know what I mean? Live music and shit. You could come and fucking just like a kind of like the bar setting, listen to live bands every fucking night and play pool or whatever
There
the fuck.
used to be a bar in Kalamazoo for a very short while where you could smoke weed in the bar. I was like, I don't know how they got away with it for as long as they did, but that was pretty cool, man. I really did enjoy that.
It's sad, but they've really pushed consumption back into the closet. You know what I mean? We need And it sounds silly that you could just put something like just being able to smoke cannabis into a business, but I think you know what I mean. We need places in the public where we can go and just hang out sociably instead of having to be forced to consume only on special occasions, and you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
or like 420 friendly festivals, or I know that
Right.
like that's a big thing. People are like, "Oh, I'm going to the weed festival," where I can smoke weed a lot, and I'm like, "Oh man, yeah." I That's where I got that outlaw thing though, man. I mean, pre-legalization, I've never been afraid to light one up at any bar ever, and so I just never known any better, I mean, I'd be around 80-year-old, 90-year-old grandmas and just be like, no one cares anymore, you know. My grandma asked me for a dude the other day. I was like, really, times have changed.
It had, you know,
I
and
offered. She didn't take it, though. Grandma did not take my weed. She knows better, though. She knows I smoke those infused joints. She said I'd just stick with my whiskey.
crazy.
My grandma's like 84 or 5, maybe. And she still rides horses and drinks whiskey. I
That's
like that.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
I could only hope.
Right? Yeah. I feel like I rode a horse when I'm done with shows. You want me to pick up a few more for you?
Please.
Alright. Man, I can't believe we've been going at this for what, 2.5 hours? Wow,
Yes, sir.
that's great. Here, I'll play this Spanish Gypsy song I really like, because this one's different, too. It's got a different feel to it. I haven't been to Mexico or down that far, but someday, and I kind of just picture what that was like. Someday I will find my way there to Mexico, and on the Gulf sway in the breeze I'll ride the wave. There in Mexico I'll find cantinas with plenty senors and senoritas under the moon. We'll dance the flamenco with Spanish eyes and Spanish smiles, Spanish dreams for a while. A southern breeze brings me peace. Mexico, Spanish gypsy. called Spanish Gypsy.
Nice, man. That's a good one. Very
Yeah.
good.
I just threw on some effects before we got here too. That one sounded kind of pretty cool. There's a little robot there.
Very good.
Alright, let's see. I probably got one more in me. Then my roommate said he's got to get up really early. I probably should shit off. He's so used to it though. He's a very nice guy, I tell you what.
I appreciate
He's my shit. He's my best friend. Let's see. Oh, I said I'd do Hammer for you, didn't I? Oh, here you go. Grand finale, buddy.
I fucking take it.
Alright. When I was born, screaming was loud and clear. In my ears, the sound of the hammer that you now hear. Day after day, late into each night, I swing my hammer down with such a terrible delight. It's bend after bend till the hammer turns blue. I revel in the sound of the brought out the best in that song, man.
Man, there's a couple of things there. I missed the part where I'm from Kalamazoo, Michigan. At the end of the video there. Yeah, man, I could do that song with you, brother. I actually was singing along, but I didn't.
Watching you.
I didn't want to like. A, I didn't want to be rude and cut in, and B, I didn't know if I unmuted if it would like. Zoom's weird, you know what I mean? I didn't know if I spoke like if it would cut you off, but I was most definitely singing along.
You might do that, yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. I love that song. And I don't know what it is about that song, but man, I definitely have a connection to that song right there. Thank you, brother.
Right. I think that's, it was not only about just hammering my fingers, but it's a song that, like, everybody, like, whatever you like to do, nobody can take that away. So that's kind of, a little anthem or whatever.
Well, I know the hammer in your case is indeed your guitar, but I'm a carpenter, so I think that's the connection for me. I actually played that on the job site the other day. No shit.
Yeah, dude. Okay, work morale song.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good time, man. I enjoy that song. I really do. And yeah, I hope I'm gonna try my best to get over there to the festival for all there. It's the 15th, 13th and through the 15th. Am I correct on that? Or the 15th through the 18th?
I don't have my schedule in front of me. Well, it's in front of me right now doing other things.
Right on. Well, I'm sure you'll be posting it up on the Facebook or Instagram, I'm sure.
Yeah, I post everything on Facebook, pretty much whatever. Mostly lately, sharing videos, the festivals we're playing, and also like trying as much as possible to share. I've got a GoFundMe, Venmo, Cash App for any donations towards the album. Actually, it's like a month away, so I'm pretty much going to be like doing pre-sales too. I got to figure out how to do that as well.
Right.
But yeah, check that out. Facebook, Daniel Staggs, Staggs, or you can Instagram Daniel Staggs and the Critters. YouTube, Daniel Staggs and the Critters. I've just recently posted the punk rock show I played the other day, if you like the weirdness. The Stooges, MC5, and other good stuff. And then I'll be posting like stuff from my Bluegrass band too, the Critters.
Right on. I greatly urge you guys to get over there and help, make somebody's dream come true. You've heard a couple songs of it this evening, and you like it already. Hopefully, you get the pre-sales link hooked up there very soon.
And I'll listen to every 100 records one by one.
Right on. With that, I do appreciate your time. I don't want to hold you up. This makes you the third set tonight, I believe, if I counted correctly.
Yeah, 3 sets today. Yep, good number right there.
Man, put them hands on ice, brother.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm just smoke some more weed and then go probably do something else for a minute.
Very good. I do appreciate your time, man. I knew this was going to be a fun episode.
Yeah, no, this is definitely cool. I was like, hey, I'll do it. And you're like, all right, let's do it. That's really good. I'll be picking anyway, so it's nice to, yeah, it was really great playing for you. I feel like I nailed some stuff today that I don't even normally nail, so I hope that that was cool. Now I have to listen to your podcast over and over and memorize those licks I just made up.
Well, it sounded great tonight. I know this would be our 3rd episode. The first one we had great audio. I think we struggled on the second a little bit, but things were great tonight, and I thank you for that, brother.
Sweet, dude.
And I would honestly, I would like to, outside of all this, I would like to because I have seen your art. I've seen, you know what I mean, some of your ink. I would be interested in getting some of your work. I'd be honored to maybe get some of your work at some point. So I'd like to discuss that. at some
I
point.
have all the equipment and a massage chair. So, we're good to go. Just let me know.
I'll come to you, but yeah, let's work that out.
All right, brother.
All right, you have a great night, and again, thank you for your time.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having me. Do I gotta say the thing? What was this?
Oh yeah, no.
Talking shit with Eagle. This has been Daniel Staggs. Fuck yeah.
Yes,
There you
yes.
go.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for remembering. That's fucking awesome. I almost
Hey,
forgot.
whatever they say about weed, that just popped into my head. I was like, oh wait, I gotta do that thing.
Oh man, that's awesome. Thank you, brother.
Yep.
You,
Have a good night, brother.
you too. And don't forget, I mean, this link is always good if you happen to sub up to the channel and just want to come smoke some joints or just shoot shit. You're always welcome, my friend.
Sounds good.
With that being said, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I know you enjoyed the music that was played. With that being said, please go over there and sub up to this guy's social media, Daniel Staggs and the Critters, and Daniel Utopia. Am I saying that right, brother?
Do what?
Daniel Utopia? Is that the third one?
Oh no, ignore that.
All right.
The Dana Cornucopia thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my old Instagram when I did a lot of like one-man weird band noise music and an art post page, dude. You know how it is. You start over. How many lives do you got? I'm on number 10 or something.
Okay. With that being said, thank you guys for your time. Thank you, Daniel, for yours. Don't forget to do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness.